you feeling today?
Fine, not bad. Thank you.
I see. Have you eaten lunch already?
Yes.
I see. That's good to hear. All right. So, by the way, Mr. Amir, we will be having your Callan method class for this afternoon. All right.
Yes.
Yes. However, I'd like to ask you first, have you had a Callan lesson before?
Uh, yes, I tried before Callan class.
I see. You've already tried this before. How many times, if it's okay to ask?
Uh, how many time? It's not
Yes.
long, but I forgot now. I I use the class in QQ, and I finished. I think column two.
I see. You just finished stage two.
Yes.
All right. Wow, that's good. Okay, so since you've finished stage two already, let's try, okay, to proceed with stage three. Okay? Yes.
Totally, I forgot.
I see. It's okay. I'll just give you a little refresher of the Callan method. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. So, anyway, the Callan method, okay, we don't teach you using free conversation, okay? As you've experienced before, the Callan method is more of like a question and answer class. I'll be asking you some questions, okay, and you will answer, but you will answer with me, and I will be going to ask the questions twice. The first time I ask the question, I will use a normal speed. However, in that case, you will have to listen and try to understand the question. The second time I ask the question, okay, you must try to understand the construction of the questions because your answers should use the same construction, okay?
Yes.
For example, do you speak Italian? Do you speak Italian? No, I don't speak Italian. I speak Filipino, like that. Now, if I say, can you speak Italian? Can you speak Italian? No, I can't speak Italian. I can speak Filipino. All right?
Yeah.
Yes. And also, when we correct your mistakes in the Callan method lesson, we correct it differently. Yes. We correct your.
Sorry, before that, can you give me just a 1 minute time? Sorry, a few minutes. I come back
All
fast.
right. No problem.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay. No problem. All right. So, is it good now?
Yes,
Can we
yes,
continue?
yes.
Okay. So, now, in correcting your mistakes, all right, we correct it in a very different way. We repeat your mistake and then give you the correct pronunciation or grammar. For example, not loom, room. Not resin, lesson. Not pen, pen. Okay?
Okay,
Now, for a grammar mistake, we say, not its pen, it's a pen. All right?
okay.
Yes. And also, in the Callan method lesson, especially during the new work, if the teacher would say repeat, please repeat after me. Okay? And if I say listen, please just listen because that is the time where I will explain the meaning or definition of the vocabulary. Okay? Yes. And after listening, that is where we start the question and answer part. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. And lastly, before we proceed to the formal lesson, Callan has four different parts. We have the revision, the new work, the reading lesson, and the dictation. Okay? The importance of this, because every time we start a Callan method lesson, we don't start immediately with the new work. We should first go back 7 pages for the daily revision. Okay? Is it? I think you've done this before, right?
Yes.
Yes, so it can be quite familiar. So, since we will start with stage three, all right, let's first have a daily revision on stage two. Okay, we will go back 7 pages, all our question and answers, and then after we finish that, we will then proceed to the new work. Okay. Okay. So, are you ready to start?
Yes.
All right. Let's start. Do you drink much water? Do you drink much water? Yes, I drink.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
drink
drink a lot of water. A lot of
a
water.
lot of water.
Do you drink little water? Do you drink little water? No, I don't drink.
No, I
No, I
don't
don't
drink.
drink little water.
No, I don't drink
Drink
little
little
water.
water. I drink a lot of water.
I
I
drink
drink
a
a
lot
lot
of.
of water. Do you eat little bread? Do you eat little bread? No, I don't eat
No, I don't
little
eat
bread.
little bread.
I eat a lot of bread.
I
I
eat
eat
a
a
lot
lot
of
of bread.
bread.
Do you eat much salt? Do you eat much salt? No, I don't eat.
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't eat
eat
much salt.
much
I
salt.
eat little salt.
I eat little
Little
salt.
salt. Very good. Do you put much pepper on your plate? Do you put much pepper on your plate? No, I don't put. No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
put
put
much pepper on my
much
plate.
pepper on my
I
plate.
put little pepper
I put little
on my
pepper
plate.
on
On
my
my plate.
plate.
Great. What's the difference between fewer than and less than? What's the difference between fewer than and less than?
A
The
difference
difference
between
between fewer than
fewer
and
than
less than
and
is
less than
that we use fewer than
is
is
that
that we
is that
use
we use
fewer than
fewer than
with things we can count.
with
With
things we
things we
can
can count.
count
And less than
and less
with
than
things we cannot count.
with
With things
with
we
things
cannot count.
we cannot count.
Great. Give me an sentence with fewer than in it, please. Give me a sentence with fewer than in it, please. There are fewer pictures. There are
There are
fewer
fewer
pictures in this
pictures
room than
in this
chairs.
in this room than
Than
chairs.
chairs. Good. Give me a sentence with less than in it. Give me a sentence with less than in it. I eat less food.
I
I
eat
eat
less
less
food
food than my brother.
than my brother.
Great. Are there more people in Europe than in Asia? Are there more people in Europe than in Asia? No, there aren't.
No, there aren't
More people in Europe,
more more
people
people
in
in
Europe
Europe
than in Asia.
than in Asia.
There are fewer people.
There
There
are
are fewer
fewer
people
people
in Europe than
in
in
Europe
Asia.
than in
Than in
Asia.
Asia. Great. Do you drink more milk than water? Do you drink more milk than water? No, I don't drink.
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
drink
drink more milk
more milk
than water.
than water.
I drink less milk
I drink less milk
than water.
than water.
Good. Have you got more money than the Bank of England? Have you got more money than the Bank of England? No, I haven't got.
No, I
I
haven't
haven't got
got
more money
more money
than the Bank
than
of the Bank
the Bank
of England.
of of England.
I've got less money.
I've
I've
got less
less
money.
money than the bank
I got
than
less money than the
than the
Bank
Bank of England.
of England.
Okay. Do you eat more meat than bread? Do you eat more meat than bread? No, I don't eat.
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
eat
eat more meat than bread. More More
More,
meat than bread.
I don't more meat
More
than
meat
bread.
than bread. I eat
I eat
less meat than bread.
less meat than
Than
bread.
bread. Great. So, how about this? What's the difference between the fewest and the least? What's the difference between the fewest and the least? The difference
The difference between
between the fewest and the least, the
one
fewest,
the
the
fewest
fewest and the least
and the
is
least.
that
It's that we
we
use
use the fewest
the
with
fewest
things we can count.
with things
Things
we
we
can
can count,
count,
whereas we use
whereas we
the
use
least
the least
with things
with
with
things
things we can't count.
we can count.
Not we can't count.
We can't count.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the fewest in it, please. Give me a sentence with the fewest in it, please.
In
In
my
my family,
family,
my brother is
my brother
the
is the
one
one
who reads the
who reads
fewest books.
the fewest books.
Great. Give me a sentence with the least in it. Give me a sentence with the least in it. In my family,
In my
my
family,
sister is the one,
my
is
sister
the one,
it's a one
not is the one
is the one
who eats the least bread. Who eats
who eats
the least bread.
the least bread.
Great. Of these three books, has this book got the most pages? Of these three books, has this book got the most pages? No, of these three books,
No, of
of
these
these three
two
books,
books,
this book
this book
hasn't got
hasn't got the
the
most
most pages.
pages.
It's got the fewest pages.
It's got the
The fewest pages.
fewest pages.
Great. Who eats the least food in your family? Who eats the least food in your family?
My um,
In your family, my
my my
sister
sister
eats the
eats
least food
the least food
in my family.
in my family.
Very good. Who drinks the least coffee in your family? Who drinks the least coffee in your family? My
My brother
drinks the
drinks
least
the least
coffee
coffee
in my
in my
family.
family.
Great. Now, of these three foods, bread, meat, and salt, do you eat salt the most? Of these three foods, bread, meat, and salt, do you eat salt the most? No, of those three foods,
No
no,
of
of those three
those
foods,
food,
bread, meat, and salt,
bread, meat, and
I
salt.
don't eat
I don't eat
salt
salt
the most.
the
I
most.
eat it the least.
I eat the
It,
least.
I eat
I
it
eat
the least.
the least.
Great. Of these three drinks, water, milk, and wine, do you drink wine the most? Of these three drinks, water, milk, and wine, do you drink wine the most? No, of those three drinks,
No
no, of
of
those
those
three drinks,
three drinks,
water, milk,
water,
and wine,
milk, and wine.
I don't drink
I don't drink
wine the most.
wine
I drink it the least.
I drink it a
The
least.
least. Not a
The
least,
least.
the
The
least.
least. Yeah, okay.
Very good. Okay, who's sitting opposite you? Who's sitting opposite you? You are sitting
You are sitting
opposite me.
opposite me.
Good. Who's sitting next to you? Who's sitting next to you?
No
Nobody
one, yeah,
is
nobody
sitting,
isn't sitting,
it not isn't, is sitting
is
next
sitting
to me.
next to me.
Good. What can you see opposite this building? What can you see opposite this building? I can see
I can see
another building,
another
etc.,
building,
etc.,
etc.,
opposite this building.
opposite this building.
Very good. Now, do most people rest from Monday to Friday? Do most people rest from Monday to Friday? No, most people
No, most people
don't rest
don't rest
from Monday to Friday.
from Monday to
To
Friday.
Friday, they work. They work.
They work.
Good. Do you think most people like working? Do you think most people like working? No, I don't think.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
think most people
most
like
people
working.
like
I
working.
think they dislike working.
I think they
Not
dislike
think,
working.
think.
I think
They
they
dislike working.
dislike working.
Very good. Do you work at the weekend? Do you work at the weekend? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, I work at the weekend.
Yes, I work at the weekend.
All right. Now, what's the window made of? What's the window made of? The windows
The
made
windows
of glass.
made
Of
of
glass.
glass.
Mhm. Great. Is the table made of plastic? Is the table made of plastic? No, the table
No, the table
isn't made of plastic.
isn't made
Made
of
of plastic.
plastic.
It's made of wood.
It's of it's
Not
made of
it's
wood.
made of wood. All
It's
right.
made of food.
Good. What's this book made of? What's this book made of? This book
This book
is made of paper.
is made of paper.
Very good. What's the wall of the house behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown made of? What's the wall of the house behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown house made of? The wall of the house
The wall of the house
behind Mr. and Mrs. Brown
behind Mr. and Mrs.
is
Brown,
made of stone.
it's made of stone.
Great. Do you speak English well? Do you speak English well? No, I don't speak
No, I don't speak
English well,
English well,
but I speak it
but I
well
speak
enough.
well enough.
All right. Are you tall enough to touch the ceiling? Are you tall enough to touch the ceiling? No, I'm not.
I'm not
Tall enough
tall
to
enough
touch the ceiling.
touch the ceiling.
Okay, great. Are you short enough to stand under the table? Are you short enough to stand under the table? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not
Short enough
short
to
enough
stand under the table.
to stand under
Under the table, I'm
under
too
the table.
tall.
I'm too tall.
All right. Is my pocket large enough to put this book into? Is my pocket large enough to put this book into? No, your pocket
No, your pocket
isn't large enough,
isn't
large enough
large enough
to put that book
to
into.
put that book into.
Into. It's too small. It's too small.
It's too small.
Okay, very good. Now, this time, I'd like you to please look
This
at the book. All right. Please look at the book.
okay.
What colors this pencil? What colors this pencil? This pencil's black.
This pencil's black.
Good. What colors that one? What colors that one? That one's white. That
That
one's
one
white.
white.
Great. Which pencil's red? Which pencil's red? This pencil's red.
This pencil's
Red.
red.
Which one's gray? Which one's gray? This one's gray. This one's
This
gray.
one gray.
Okay. Now, which book's open? Which book's open? This book's open.
This book's open.
Good. Which one's closed? Which one's closed? This one's closed. This one's
This
closed.
one's
Closed. Closed.
closed.
All right. Now, can you hear well with your fingers in your ears? Can you hear well with your fingers in your ears? No, I can't hear well.
No, I
I
can't
can't hear well
well
with my fingers
with my
in
fingers
my ears.
in my
I
ears.
hear badly.
I hear badly.
Good. Do you see badly? Do you see badly? Yes, no?
Mm,
No, I
no,
don't see badly.
I don't see
See
badly.
badly. I see well.
I see well.
All right. Now, please tell me, does this pen write badly? Does this pen write badly? No, this pen
No, this pen
doesn't write badly.
doesn't write
It
badly.
writes well.
It's write well.
Not it's right, it writes well.
It writes well.
Okay, good. Now, do you speak English badly? Do you speak English badly? No, I don't speak
No, I don't
English
speak
badly.
English badly.
I speak it well.
I speak at well.
Not speak it well.
I
Speak it.
speak it.
It well.
It's well.
Okay, good. Is there a telephone in your family home? Is there a telephone in your family home? Yes, no?
Yes.
There's a telephone,
There is the telephone.
not the telephone, a telephone
A
in
telephone
my family home.
in my family home.
Good. Have you got a mobile phone in your pocket? Have you got a mobile phone in your pocket? Yes, no?
No,
I haven't got
I haven't got
a mobile phone
a mobile
in
phone
my pocket.
in my pocket.
Okay, good. How many phone calls do you make a day? How many phone calls do you make a day? I make about
I make about 10
10 phone calls a day.
calls a day. Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. Well done, Mr. Amir. That's the end of the daily revision. All right.
Okay.
Now, let's proceed with the new work. Please repeat cheaper than,
Cheaper than.
more expensive than.
More expensive than.
All right. Good. Listen. This handkerchief costs $2. This book costs $5. So this book is more expensive than this handkerchief. This handkerchief is cheaper than this book. All right? Now, is your handkerchief more expensive than your shoes? Is your handkerchief more expensive than your shoes? No, my
No,
handkerchief
no, my handkerchief
isn't more expensive
isn't more
than
expensive
my shoes.
than my
It's
shoes.
cheaper than my shoes.
It's cheaper than
Than
my
my shoes. All right, good. Is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? Is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? No,
No,
A Rolls Royce
A
isn't
Rolls Royce
cheaper
isn't
than a
cheaper
Ford.
than a
It's than a
Ford.
Ford.
And
It's
than a
more
Ford.
expensive. It's more expensive
It's more
than
expensive
a Ford.
than a Ford.
Okay. Is your town a more expensive place than America? Is your town a more expensive place than America? No, my town
No, my town
isn't a more expensive place,
isn't a
a
more
more
expensive
expensive place than
place
America.
than America.
It's a cheaper place.
Is a
It's
cheaper
a cheaper
place
place than America.
than America.
Okay, great. Now, please repeat the cheapest,
The cheapest,
the most expensive.
the most expensive.
Good. Listen. This handkerchief costs $2. This book costs $5. This wallet costs $15. Okay? So this handkerchief is the cheapest thing I have in my hand. And my wallet is the most expensive thing I have in my hand. Now, is the Toyota the most expensive car in this country? Is the Toyota the most expensive car in this country? No, the Toyota
No, the Toyota
isn't the most expensive
isn't the most expensive car
car in this country.
in this country.
Good. What's the cheapest thing in this room? What's the cheapest thing in this room?
Uh, Cheapest mineral water.
Okay. All right. So my mineral water
My mineral
is
water
the cheapest thing
is the cheapest
in
thing
this room.
in this room.
All right, good. What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? My.
I don't wearing that expensive.
Okay. Yes, but among what you're wearing,
Maybe yeah, my t-shirt
my t-shirt is the most
is the
expensive
most expensive
thing I'm wearing. Thing
expensive things.
not things, thing I'm wearing.
Yeah, think I'm wearing.
Okay, great. Good. Please repeat syllable,
Syllable,
comparative,
comparative,
superlative.
superlative.
Very good. Listen. When an adjective has one syllable, like cheap, we make the comparative by adding the letters er and we say cheaper than. We make the superlative by adding the letters est and we say the cheapest. When an adjective has three syllables, like expensive, we do not add er. Instead, we make the comparative by using the word more, and we say more expensive than. For the superlative, we do not add est. Instead, we use the word most, and we say the most expensive. All right? Now, what's the comparative of long? What's the comparative of long? The comparative of long,
Is a comparative of long.
not is the comparative
The comparative
of long
of long
is longer than.
is longer than.
Good. What's the comparative of beautiful? What's the comparative of beautiful? The comparative
The
of
comparative
beautiful
of
is
beautiful
more beautiful than.
is more beautiful
Beautiful than. Good. What's the superlative of small? What's the superlative of small? The superlative
the superlative
of small
small
is the smallest.
smallest.
Okay, great. What's the superlative of expensive? What's the superlative of expensive? The superlative
The superlative
of
of
expensive
expensive
is the most expensive.
is the
The
most
most
expensive.
expensive. Great. Why do we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? Why do we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? We say cheaper than, we
We say
say cheaper
cheaper
than, but not expensiver than,
but not expensive
expensiver than, because
because
the adjective cheap
cheap
has only one syllable.
has only one
One
syllable,
syllable. Okay. Whereas
whereas
the adjective expensive has
expensive
three syllables.
has three syllables.
Okay, very good. All right, good. Now, repeat. Above,
Above,
below.
below.
Good. Now, listen. This is the above part of my lip. Okay? Yes. And this is the below part of my lip. My nose is above my mouth. My mouth is below my nose. All right?
All right.
Where's my nose? Where's my nose? Your nose is
Your noses
above your mouth.
above your mouth.
Good. Where's my chin? Where's my chin? Your chin's
Your chins
below your mouth.
below your mouth.
Great. Now, where's the ceiling? Where's the ceiling? The ceiling's
The ceiling
above our heads.
above our
Our
head.
heads. Great. Are my feet above the table? Are my feet above the table? No, your feet
No, your feet
aren't above the table.
aren't above the table.
They're below the table.
Uh,
They're
they're
below the
below
table.
the table.
Okay, great. Now, please repeat. January,
January,
February.
February,
Okay, one more time. Not February, February.
February,
March,
March,
April,
April,
May,
May,
June,
June,
July,
July,
August,
August,
September,
September,
October,
October,
November,
November,
December.
December.
All right, good. Listen, the names of the months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All right?
Yes.
Now, tell me the names of the months of the year, please. Tell me the names of the months of the year, please. The names
The names
of the
of
months
the
of
months
the year
of the
are
years
January,
January,
February,
February,
March,
March, April,
Not
May,
April, April.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Great. Repeat. Last. Last.
Last.
Great. Next.
Next.
Good. Listen. The month now is April. Last month was March. Next month will be May. Okay? So, what's this month? What's this month? This month,
This month.
April.
This month, April, sorry.
Okay, great. What was last month? What was last month? Last month was
Last month
was March.
March.
Good. What will next month be? What will next month be? Next month will be
Next month
will be
now is April, May.
May. All right. Now, what will the month after next be? What will the month after next be? The month after next
The month after
next will be
will be June.
great. Now, what was the month before last? What was the month before last? The month before
The month
last
Before last
was
February.
okay, February. Now,
February.
please repeat. AM,
AM,
PM,
PM,
midday,
midday,
Latin, Latin.
Latin,
Good. Then.
then.
All right. Now, listen. After the time, we can put the letters AM or PM. The letters AM mean antemeridium from the Latin, whereas the letters PM mean post-meridium. In English, AM means before midday or before 12 o'clock, whereas PM means after midday. Okay? Now, what do the letters AM mean after the time? What do the letters AM mean after the time? The letters AM
The letters
AM mean antimeridium,
uh,
mean
mean
antimeridium,
one more time.
all right? Antimeridium
Antimeridium
after the time.
after the time.
Okay, great. What do the letters PM mean after the time? What do the letters PM mean after the time? The letters PM
The letters PM
mean
means
post-meridium,
post
post-meridium
meridium
after the time.
after the time.
Good. What's the difference between AM and PM? What's the difference between
What
AM and PM? The difference between
the difference between
AM and PM
AM and PM
is that we use AM,
is the
we use
we use
AM
AM
for the time
for the time
before midday,
before midday
and PM
and PM
for the time
for
after
the,
midday.
for the time after midday.
Okay, great. Now, listen. When we use AM and PM, we say the hours, then the minutes, and then AM or PM. We don't say half past 3 p.m. We say 3:30 p.m. All right? Now, do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? Do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? No, we don't say
No, we don't say
20 to 4 a.m.
20 to 4
4
a.m.
a.m. We say
We say
3:40 a.m.
3:40 a.m.
Great. Now, what time do you eat breakfast? What time do you eat breakfast? I eat breakfast at
I eat breakfast at
at
7
7
7 a.m.
a.m. Okay, great. What time do you eat dinner? What time do you eat dinner? I eat dinner
I
at
eat dinner at 8 p.m.
okay, very good. All right. Well done, Mr. Amir. Yes. And we actually finished a lot of pages in your Kallan method lesson. So in your next lesson, you will continue on lesson 26, page 133, with the headword a lot of. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, yes, do you have any questions regarding our lesson?
No, thank you.
All right. I see. And since, yes, we don't have much time left, we've
Yeah.
exhausted all our time. Yes, that would be all for now. Yes, thank you so much for
Thank,
your time. Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I hope you've learned something this afternoon. Have a great day. Okay.
You too.
Yes. Thank you. Take care.
Thank.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.